Greenfield. I'm Doug Sherman, where 6 excellent teams from all around New England still have alive their dreams of getting to Williamsport and competing in this year's Little League World Series. In this modified double elimination format, Connecticut caught a break by receiving one of yesterday's byes. So Rob Rostelli's club takes the field today not only fresh, but also sporting fresh new uniforms they just received at 11 o'clock this morning. Here's how Manchester lines them up. Arlen Payman will try to set the table, followed by Jacob Budars. Eli Bucko, the number 3 hitter, will take the mound. Cleanup hitter Ryan Gorman, followed by Paul Verdokian, Julian Rock, Kobe Jackson, Cam Bundy, and Alex Rostelli. The Vermont State champs, meanwhile, announced their arrival here in Bristol with yesterday's thrilling 1-0 win over Rhode Island. In that game, Bryce Barber and Michael McDougall combined on a 3-hit shutout. Today, southpaw Jacob LaRoche will come out from behind the plate. Little League Baseball history for the Green Mountain State, and they can take another big step in getting there here this afternoon. We are set for the first pitch with Arlen Payman standing in with an open stance, and he takes the pitch from LaRoche outside for ball 1. There's a good look at the first baseman for Manchester, Connecticut. Working quickly, LaRoche gets a swinging strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. Payman works the count to 2-1. He's 5 feet 9 inches tall, 175 pounds. Soon to be a 7th grader at Bennett Academy. And he's going to turn 13 years old this coming November. A little behind on the fastball, fouls it back, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Arlen, like so many of the players we're seeing in this New England regional, not only a Red Sox fan, but he puts it out there. He wants to be a Boston Red Sox someday. That's his dream. And he's got himself a full count to lead off the ball game. Got to say, the friends and family members, those who made donations to raise the funds for these new uniforms for the Connecticut State champs, got their money's worth. A sharp look and a game-opening walk to Arlen Payman. That dugout is alive. And they and the fans are not booing. They are going boo for Budars. Jacob Budars, the shortstop, number 2 hitter in this Manchester lineup. And he falls behind in the count, 0-2. Connecticut manager Rob Rostelli told me this morning his words about the new uniforms they got. He said the parents have been astounding, supplying everything, and if he just puts out there, foul ball, count holds 0-2. If he just mentions to one of the parents, hey, we're going to need some juice, or we need this, or we need that, we need ice, a small army of parents have just responded in an amazing fashion. LaRoche with a high fastball for his first strikeout of the afternoon. And now Jacob LaRoche faces his opposite number. Eli Bucko tries to hold up, can't do it. 0-1. The defense for Vermont, Grayson Pikes the catcher. On the infield, Austin Ravlin at third, Maxwell Smith the shortstop. Michael McDougall plays second. Luke Tomilowicz, the starting first baseman. And in the outfield, Anthony Abrami in left. Bryce Barber, yesterday's starting pitcher for Vermont, in center. And Kian Eklof manning right field to begin this ball game. The 0-2. Nice job by Bucko to lay off. They see 5 feet 11 inches tall. And he's got some power, but he can't catch up to the power left-hander. Jacob LaRoche, out number 2. And now the cleanup hitter, Ryan Gorman. Ryan says he most looks up to his 20-year-old brother, Mark, who himself was a Little League standout at Manchester High School. And their parents, Lisa and John, part of that supportive team. Boy, that high fastball for LaRoche has been tough for this Manchester team to catch up to here in the first inning.
All right, Ryan, here we go.
The 1-1. Bounce back to the mound, fielded nicely by LaRoche. And after a leadoff walk, the left-hander sets down Connecticut 1-2-3. 3 at the plate with a double and an RBI. Pitched 4 scoreless innings in a 10-0 run rule win. And so he's coming off one of his better performances of this all-star magical summer and looking to build on that in this opening game for Connecticut in the New England Regional. And the Vermont lineup he will face, it'll begin with Jacob LaRoche. His opposite number, batting left-handed. Kian Eklof bats second. Bryce Barber in the 3-hole, followed by Austin Ravelin, Michael McDougall, Anthony Abrami, Luke Tomilowicz, Maxwell Smith, and Grayson Pike for this Vermont team looking to go 2-0, coming off a thrilling 1-0 win yesterday over Rhode Island. And there is strike one from Bucko. LaRoche yesterday 0 for 3. Offense was tough to come by. Vermont's only run of the game came in the 6th inning. Hit by the pitch. And just like in the top of the first inning, the leadoff man is aboard.
Now batting, number 22, Kian Eklof.
Well, if you're Bucko, take a deep breath. Just like LaRoche did after walking the leadoff man to begin the top of the first inning, and settle in. Showing bunt is Kian Eklof. There you see his favorite singer, Bruno Mars. Kian listed at 5 feet tall, a key member batting in the 2-hole again today of this Vermont lineup. And historically in baseball, the number 2 hitter has to be a good bunter, and certainly that's still the case at the Little League level. That oftentimes at this point in regional play where the competition is so good, every run matters. And you see these teams oftentimes playing for 1 run. They know they're facing top-flight pitching, and if you've got to manufacture a run, that's what they did yesterday to get their 1-0 victory. Now the 3-0. Strike called by the home plate umpire, Michael Connolly. And a big thank you to all the umpires volunteering their time this week once again. Darren Lambert, our umpire at first. Julius Trimback at second. Thomas DeMuro at third. Bunted foul, and now the count goes full. Eklof secures that helmet, stands back in, and awaits the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Big recovery by Bucko after falling behind 3-0 to get the strikeout. And now Bryce Barber, who not only was the pitching star yesterday for Vermont, he went 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, and he's the one who manufactured that run in the 6th inning. He had a leadoff single, stole second, and came around to score what turned out to be the only run of the ball game. Nothing in 2. Good pitch by Bucko. And after hitting the leadoff batter, he seems to have found the strike zone. We just got a taste of that curveball that we've heard about to get the swinging strike. Now the 0-2. Check swing. He went too far, says the home plate umpire. And so that is out number 2. And we just saw Bryce Barber. Now we'll see his cousin Austin Ravelin. And the two of them are so close and so proud of their grandfather, Norm Barber, who was the coach the last time Essex Town state champs made it this far. That was 22 years ago, and we had our eye on Norm up in the stands yesterday, there he is today. No one's having more fun than Norm watching his two grandsons bat back-to-back, 4th and 5th in this lineup. Bouncing ball to short, fielded by Budars. They get the out at second to retire the side. A leadoff hit by pitch does not result in anything. Scoreless to the second. Their Little League program is in the regions in a scoreless game starting the second inning against Vermont left-hander Jacob LaRoche. Paul Verdokian, the catcher, number 5 hitter, leads off. Ball jumps out of the way from the pitch from LaRoche, and it's 2-0. Verdokian, Julian Rock, and Kobe Jackson, the scheduled 3 batters here in the top of the second. Verdokian looks at a strike. It's 3-1. Well, Connecticut is 10-1 so far this postseason. They won the Connecticut State title over Wilton 10-0, as I mentioned. And for the second straight inning, they've got their leadoff man aboard thanks to a base on balls.
Now batting, number 11, Julian Rock.
And now another opportunity for Jacob LaRoche to take a deep breath and try and work around a leadoff walk. He'll have to deal with Julian Rock. Pop up, right side. Nice job to get there by the pitcher. LaRoche has his first out. Well, Manchester is the first District 8 champion to win the Connecticut State title and reach Bristol since Enfield Little League way back in 1990. But this is a state that's had tremendous success in the regional round. I mean, Connecticut historically has done very, very well. Kobe Jackson takes a strike. Kobe's a rising 7th grader at Bennett Academy, very close to his mom, Mallory. He's up to 4 feet 10 inches tall and still growing. He takes the pitch inside, 2-1. Kobe's favorite actor, he says, is Jack Black, and his favorite ball player is Mookie Betts. Good to see Mookie back in the lineup for the Dodgers. I'm not a Dodgers fan, but a player like Mookie, it's a shame when you don't get to see him play. 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Boy, that high fastball for LaRoche has really done a number on the first 7 batters of the ball game for Connecticut. Jackson calls time, steps out of the box, catches his breath. Bouncing ball right side, play to second for 1. They get the lead runner. Nice job by Michael McDougall and Maxwell Smith up the middle.
Now batting, number 8, Cam Bundy.
And now the batter is Cam Bundy, center fielder for this Connecticut State Championship team. In the dirt. Nicely blocked by Grayson Pike to make sure Kobe Jackson stays at first base. Nice looking swing, but Bundy comes up empty. And the count evens a ball and a strike. Cam soon to be 13 years old at Two Rivers Magnet Middle School. Another good swing at a high fastball, but all he could do was foul it back. Cam's favorite ball player, you saw he's a Yankee fan, is Anthony Rizzo. And he's a big New England Patriots fan. Swing and a miss. Little bit of gas from the left-hander for his 3rd strikeout through 2 innings. No score, Connecticut and Vermont. Welcome back to the A. Bartlett Giamatti Little League Leadership Training Center in Bristol, Connecticut. This is the gorgeous green field in pristine condition for this New England Regional. We also have the Mid-Atlantic Regional being played simultaneously here in Bristol on this field. So 2 games each day, yesterday and today, from each region. This is our first of 2 in the New England region. Tonight at 7 o'clock, we'll have Massachusetts playing its first game. Peabody, Mass, taking on Saco, Maine in another winner's bracket game. And we begin with Michael McDougall leading off the bottom of the second inning. It'll be McDougall, the 5-hitter, then Anthony Abrami and Luke Tomilowicz. Eli Bucko gets the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Well, Michael McDougall was a big part of the win yesterday. He got the victory out of the bullpen with 1 2/3 innings of relief. Chops it right side, and it gets through. Aboard is McDougall. It was McDougall. It was scored in error, but in that decisive 6th inning when the only run scored, it was his ball that he put in play that brought in Barber with the only run of the game. Now he's aboard. Nobody out to lead off the second. Anthony Abrami takes a called strike. Anthony's nickname is the Tank. He's 5'3", 130 pounds, 12-year-old. Showing bunt. Missed it. Called strike. It's 0-2. And Anthony's 2 favorite athletes, Aaron Judge and Saquon Barkley. Now the bunt is taken off with 2 strikes, and it's 1-2. Bucko with the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As we talked about the strategy in games like this of this magnitude in the regional round against this type of competition, you've got to make sure you take advantage of every opportunity and not leave too many men on base. I mean, one of the big keys in Vermont's win yesterday was that Rhode Island stranded 10 base runners. That's hard to do in 6 innings. But that's credit to Vermont to getting out of each of those jams. The walk puts runners on first and second with nobody out.
Luke Tomilowicz.
And so now Luke Tomilowicz, will he be asked to bunt as well to try and get both runners into scoring position? Number 99 squares, takes it for a strike. There's a reason why his favorite movie is Top Gun. We talked yesterday about his father, Chris, who is a retired F-16 pilot with the Green Mountain Boys, now a commercial pilot. Luke takes it high, a ball and a strike, and Luke would love nothing more than to follow his dad's footsteps. He says his dream job is to work for NASA someday. The people he would like to meet are astronauts and World War II pilots. Bright young man. Takes the bunt off and has himself a 2-1 count. Now we're going to have a meeting on the mound with Eli Bucko. Well, we said thank you as we should to the umpires. We also have to say thank you to the coaches and the volunteers. Everybody's a volunteer. The manager, the coaches. This is Brian Corus, the manager. 44-year-old helicopter technician by day and a 4th-year Little League volunteer by night. Check that. I'm sorry. That's Rob Rostelli. Rob, a 43-year-old, and his wife Laura, who is a school teacher, and the assistant coaches for Connecticut, Paul Rubin and Chris Faticoni. But they are just the 3 heads of what is a volunteer army behind this team from Manchester Little League. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, the bunt was off, and Tomilowicz is ready to hit. Let's see if Bucko goes to the breaking ball. He does, and he gets the strikeout. Good-looking curveball from the big right-hander. And that is a big first out here in the bottom of the second. And now Maxwell Smith. Max is from a family of highly accomplished athletes. He lays down a beautiful bunt. Bucko's only play is to first. Both runners advance. And with 2 outs, Vermont has 2 runners in scoring position.
Now number 20, Grayson Pike.
Now to bring up the number 9 hitter, Grayson Pike. His dad, Corey, is the manager for Vermont. And he fouls off the first pitch. There's Corey, former Niagara Purple Eagle, Division I baseball player, accomplished hockey player as well during his younger days, and now a hockey coach. Father and son share both of those passions. Grayson also a very good hockey player, playing for his dad. And both their favorite player all time is Nolan Ryan. Love it. Strike 3 call. I tell you what, both these pitchers have come to pitch. They have faced some adversity in each of the first 2 innings, and yet they work.
Whatever happens, guys, again, it's going to be a great day. Very proud of you guys. Let's have some great fun today. Huh?
The fun begins just 10 days from now in Williamsport, and 2 teams out of every region around the country will advance to the Little League World Series, and that's different from most years because of the pandemic. There is no international play in this year's Little League World Series, and so they filled out the field of 16 by taking both the winner and the runner-up from each of the 8 domestic regions. And so 2 of these teams here in Bristol in the New England region will have the opportunity. It could be Rhode Island, or it could be the 2 teams we're watching here, Connecticut and Vermont. We've got ourselves a pitcher's duel. Some high-leverage pitching by both of these youngsters. Eli Bucko's been good, and here goes Jacob LaRoche to work the top of the 3rd. LaRoche has given up a walk to begin each of the first 2 innings and has worked around both of them. Trying not to repeat that in terms of the leadoff walk, facing Alex Rastelli, the manager's son and number 9 hitter, has himself a 1-1 count. Well, there's lots of dreams floating through the heads of these 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old kids. Want to get to Williamsport. Bouncing ball to short. Max Smith throws low. And the leadoff man is aboard for a 3rd straight inning. Well, Smith did a nice job coming up with it. Just a little low, and Milowitz couldn't dig it out of the dirt. And now back to the top of the order for Arlen Payman.
Let's go, Arlen.
That's ripped center field. And it's off the wall. Barber plays it back to the infield. That was a shot. Payman's got a lot of pop in that bat. Didn't miss a homer by much. And for a leadoff hitter to drive it like that, he has Connecticut set up with runners on 1st and 2nd. So that was a long single. Rastelli held up to make sure that the ball was not caught by Barber. So a long, loud single. And this is Jacob Boudars. He's got a swing that makes me think he wants to clear that fence out in center field. Popped up. Foul ground. Milowitz has room and in foul territory puts it away. Tell you what, the folks from Manchester, Connecticut are fired up. You can hear them. Eli Bucko now, the number 3 hitter. Swings over top of the breaking ball, 0-1. Nothing in 2, and once again, Jacob LaRoche responding well to adversity. An infield single by Alex Rastelli started this rally. A booming single off the center field wall by Payman. Has runners on first and second. Pitch glances off the catcher's mitt. Pike retrieves, but moving up to third base, Alex Rastelli. And behind him, Payman scooted into second base as well. Bucko takes just low, I suppose. And the count goes full 3-2. LaRoche wanted that call. The 3-2 in the dirt. Here comes the runner from third. Safe! Connecticut's on the board first. On the walk, the ball got away, went to the backstop. And great heads up by Rastelli to recognize and come running down that third base line for the first run of the ball game. Now the cleanup hitter, Ryan Gorman. Big, healthy hack. I tell you what, these Connecticut kids are not shy. Breaking ball for a called strike. 0-2. On his 51st pitch of the ball game, LaRoche sees the runner from first take second. Bucko's into scoring position. Now the 1-2. Upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, 20 times the Connecticut state champion has won the region and gone on to the Little League World Series. Swing and a miss. The breaking ball from LaRoche gets out number 2. That's the 4th strikeout for the left-hander. Trying to limit the damage after getting this huge strikeout by battling Paul Verdokian. Looks like they will intentionally walk him to load the bases and instead deal with Julian Rock. Or perhaps a pinch hitter. We'll see if number 11 comes out of the dugout to bat with the bases loaded. Yeah, keep in mind that under Little League rules, when you intentionally walk somebody, your pitch count still goes up by the number of pitches it takes, in this case 4, to issue the intentional walk. If it had been 2-0 or 3-0 and then they decided to give him an intentional walk, it would have been 2 more pitches or 1 more pitch, whatever the case. And indeed we do have a pinch hitter, Griffin Zarnata. Outside, and now Zarnata is in the driver's seat. The pride of Yukon baseball, George Springer, now the Toronto Blue Jays, his favorite athlete, as you see. And now LaRoche is going to have to come and throw him a strike, or else he will force in a second run in the inning. The 3-1. Chopper over the mound. Gloved by Smith, and they get the out at second. Nice job by McDougal to cover. That Keystone combination has looked good a couple of times here today. And it ends the inning, but not before Connecticut puts up a run on 2 hits. But they leave runners in scoring position again. 1-0 our score. The Little League program near you. And the boys from North Providence, Rhode Island, who will take on the loser of this ball game in an elimination game at 7 o'clock tomorrow here in Bristol, Connecticut. And with the pandemic, you see some masks. The kids don't have the liberties or freedoms that they normally do. Of course, we didn't have a region tournament at all last year, so we're just glad everybody's back together. But there are precautions in place. There was no on-field practice on Saturday. The players just arrived, did their traveling on Saturday, and then they are allowed on game day to get out and have an hour's worth of practice time on the diamond, and then they go to the batting cages. But they spent a lot of time, these kids, with each other, having fun, watching, from what I'm told, a lot of Little League regionals around the country on ESPN+. That, by the way, is the Delaware team in the batting cage right now. They will play in a Mid-Atlantic regional game coming up next, which you can also see on ESPN+. Bucko misses down low, in the dirt, as he faces the top of the Vermont order. LaRoche, Eckloff, and Barber scheduled up. Two balls, 2 strikes. LaRoche was hit by a pitch to begin the first inning, but never left first base. Bucko settled down with back-to-back strikeouts and then got a ground out to end the threat. Defensively behind Eli Bucko, Kobe Jackson in left, Cam Bundy in center, Julian Rock in right. There's Mom. Grounder up the middle, and it trickles into center field. LaRoche is aboard for a second straight time. After getting the video, getting the shot, a little voice of encouragement to tell her son, job well done. Strike 1 to Kean Eckloff. LaRoche down to second, slides in safely. I don't know if we can show Jacob's mom again, Kimberly. She and her husband, Jason, are a host family for the Vermont Lake Monsters. That's a collegiate futures baseball league in Burlington, Vermont, that for many years was a minor league affiliate of the Washington Nationals. There's Dad as well. They're a host family, so they are hosting this summer a collegiate baseball player from Montreal, Canada, who is a catcher and having an opportunity to play summer baseball. And you know, that's how these leagues sustain themselves, through the efforts of volunteers and people like this. The volunteer spirit of Jason and his wife, Kimberly, very much alive and well. Their son stands at second base. Swing and a miss. Eckloff down on strikes. And now Bryce Barber.
Come on, Bryce.
Bryce is one of the real team leaders, the backbone of the team. And they are intentionally walking the state champion wrestler as well. So again, those 4 pitches on the intentional pass go onto the pitch count that you see on your screen and go against Eli Bucko's pitch count as he gets closer to the limits. Austin Ravelin behind in the count, 0-1.
Come on, Austin.
Bucko's fastball fouled out of play, 0-2. Connecticut scored once in the top of the third inning on a couple of hits. Vermont trying to answer here in the bottom half of the frame. Bucko trying to get Ravelin to bite on a high fastball. He wouldn't do it. The count goes to 1-2. Swing and a miss. Bucko punches out Ravelin, and there are two away. Well, time after time here through the first three innings, we have seen Eli Bucko have to throw high leverage pitches, and so far he has delivered every time. Now he's got to deal with the pinch hitter, Sebi Smith, who looks at ball one. Sebi is the team's voice of reason. As you see, he likes Taylor Swift, Tom Brady as well, Dustin Pedroia. And he certainly has made his parents Ryan and Caroline proud, especially with that great running catch out in left field yesterday in the win 1-0 over Rhode Island. Sebi takes a strike. It's 2-1. Runner at second is LaRoche. Runner at first is Barber. Smith swings and misses, 2-2. Can Eli Bucko strand more runners? He stranded one in the first, two in the second, has two on here in the third. Now the 2-2. Off the outside corner. Sebi Smith doesn't seem daunted. He stares out at the mound, chewing his gum, saying, all right, I see you. I spit on that pitch. Let's go again. Here comes the payoff. Strike three call. Bucko answers again. He walks back to the dugout. Welcome back, everybody. Doug Sherman in Bristol, Connecticut, on this road to Williamsport, PA, and we've got a leadoff pinch hitter for the Manchester, Connecticut Little League All-Stars. Sean Stolarz, lefty stick, grounds it the other way. Cut off by the third baseman, Ravelin. Nice play, one out. Stolarz was aggressive. Ravelin, though, ready to make the play, fired a strike for the first out. Nicely done. And now Cam Bundy, the number 8 hitter. Behind on the fastball. He was a strikeout victim facing Jacob LaRoche 2 innings ago. Check that. Bundy is not hitting. It is Anthony Anselmo as the pinch hitter. Anthony's got his own website. I think that's pretty cool. www.antanselmo.com. A-N-T, which is his nickname, of course. Parents James and Aaron very supportive. He's got a 10-year-old sister named Olivia. And Ant takes the ball outside. Anthony says he's very close to his grandfather, who he calls Papa Tim, who got Jacob into baseball. The game is really the bind that crosses generations, and we see that time and time again. We've all felt it and lived it, and this young man feeling it through generations in their family. Anselmo takes the pitch in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the 2-2 from the southpaw. Fouled away, and Anselmo putting up a good fight as the pitch count climbs to 69 for the starting left-hander LaRoche. Again, the 2-2. Strike 3 call. 2 away here in the 4th. Well, LaRoche, like Bucko, has pitched extremely well in this 1-0 ball game. As we played the top of the 4th inning, another pinch hitter for the Connecticut State champions, Sam Luby, who also is a competitive swimmer. He enjoys hiking Case Mountain in Manchester and going to the family cottage in Kennebunkport, Maine. And not surprisingly, as a swimmer, he is a big fan of Olympic hero Michael Phelps. He's also a fan of the movie Fever Pitch, which I'm a big fan of as well. Now Sam's got himself in a hole behind 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Jacob LaRoche. First time he has retired the opponent in order so far today. To the 18th. That begins just 2 days from now. Visit LittleLeagueSoftball.org for great content and information about starting a softball league near you. Vermont leading off the bottom of the 4th with a pinch hitter. With a healthy cut, Levi Bent. His father, Steve, is a Little League coach, board member, and field maintenance coordinator. Mom, Laura, among the big support staff for this group from Vermont. However, Levi is down on strikes to begin the bottom of the 4th.
Number 99, Luke Tomilowicz.
And now Luke Tomilowicz will come up. Luke is 0 for 1. Ball 1 from Eli Bucko. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for Connecticut. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Vermont. Two balls and a strike. And we talk so much about the pitch counts because the pitching eligibility rules are very strict to make sure everybody's playing just as safely as possible in Little League. Bucko with his 63rd pitch gets a strike called. It's 2-2. Now the maximum pitch count for any pitcher in a day is 85 pitches. If you go over 66 pitches in a game, you then have to have 4 days rest. Bucko gets the called 3rd strike for out number 2. I'll show you graphically some of the numbers these managers and their coaches are trying to keep track of. And each of these managers, as you talk to them, leading into each game, they have game plans, but they're always trying to decide, do I spend more time worrying about this game in front of us or trying to look forward to what might come tomorrow? We've got a pinch hitter. Landon Williams, who says his dream job is to be a police officer. A ball and 2 strikes. And if you look right there very carefully on the far left side of your screen in the dugout, there is a digital display. That's the pitch count, 75, to let, again, the manager and the coach know. And they're in constant communication with the Little League officials up in the press box. And so you've always got to have at least one coach in the dugout so that you're monitoring all of these things. And the Little League representatives do a great job of making sure everybody plays significant time. Well, Bucko's been contributing. He strikes out the side in order as we head to the fifth, 1-0 Connecticut. Well, at the end of that last half inning when Eli Bucko struck out the side in order, he was met before getting into the dugout by Connecticut manager Rob Rastelli, and the hug that the coach's son gives him makes you think that perhaps his day on the mound is over. He is at 69 pitches, and where that leaves him right now on the pitching eligibility rules, he's gone over 66. So either way, he's got to have 4 calendar days of rest observed before he can pitch again. The max he could do in a day is 85, so it wouldn't change his eligibility going forward if he were to come out and try to pitch another inning. But that scene makes me think perhaps he is done pitching for the afternoon. Top of the order in the fifth for Connecticut, Arlen Payman, who has been on base twice. Last time up, he drove one to the wall in center field that went for a long, loud single. He also walked his first time, and now he's ahead in the count 2-0 with Jacob LaRoche. The only run LaRoche has given up came in the third inning. Now he's behind in the count 3-0. His pitch count, as you see, continues to climb, and he is not long for this game, and certainly the Vermont coaching staff is figuring out how long to stick with him. But he has been outstanding. And the meat of the order's coming up. Jacob Budars, the number 2 hitter, will take his third trip. And he looks at a strike. Well, LaRoche certainly does not seem to have lost any of his stuff. He has been working quickly and efficiently, throwing strikes. He has looked very good today. That ball is driven. And it'll go all the way to the wall. Budars with a no-out double to move Payman around to third. Oh, Payman, Budars, Bucko, Gorman, they do not get cheated on their swings. That was a shot to the gap. And now Bucko. Big swing at the first pitch from LaRoche. Fouls it off. 0-1. And if LaRoche gets to the 85 pitch limit, he gets to finish that at bat. So he can go 86, 87, 88, whatever it takes. Bouncing ball to short with the infield in. Smith, the throw to the plate. Out! The tag by Grayson Pike. On the peg by the shortstop, Maxwell Smith. And the runner is cut down at home plate. There you see all 4 infielders on the cut of the grass. Off with contact was Arlen Payman. And home plate umpire Michael Connolly right on top of that call. Called him out for the first out of the inning. And LaRoche will hand over the baton because he has reached 84 pitches. Again, he could face one more batter. He could throw his 85th pitch and then finish the next batter, who would be Ryan Gorman, the cleanup hitter, but I don't know about the matchup. And so this play at the plate is being challenged, and so with the video replay that we have, thanks to the ESPN crew that does such a marvelous job for us in Bristol and all the other regional sites around the country, we are able to have the best possible outcome in terms of getting every single call right. Bucko hit it pretty sharply to short. And that is actually Bryce Barber, who is at shortstop now. He has come in from playing center field, and he's the one who made that throw, and it looks like the tag by Grayson Pike was in time. Either way, Jacob Budars moved to third on the fielder's choice, allowing Bucko to reach first base. And if indeed we are going to have a pitching change, I don't know if anybody's been warming up. And here's the verdict on the challenge, and indeed, great call by Michael Connolly, which is upheld. Like I said, he was in perfect position, didn't hesitate, and got it right. So Arlen Payman is cut down 6-2 for the first out of the 5th inning. And now LaRoche, after making it look like he was done, maybe he didn't realize he still had at least one more pitch in him. So here's his 85th pitch to Gorman. It gets away. Down to second goes Bucko. Budars plays it safe and stays at third. But as I mentioned, because of the rules in place, LaRoche can finish out this batter and go over 85 pitches, just as many as he needs to finish up with Ryan Gorman. Gorman, line drive, base hit to right. One run's in. Here comes the second run. It's a 2 RBI single for the cleanup hitter, Ryan Gorman. And that makes the score 3-0 Connecticut. I'll tell you, the meat of this lineup does not get cheated. They go up there swinging from their heels and looking to do damage. And that is how they won the Connecticut State Championship. And that is how they have a 3-0 lead now in the top of the 5th inning. So with the pitching change as Jacob LaRoche exits, we will step aside and come back and set you up with the relief pitcher to see if Vermont can stop the damage here in the and he will move to first base and give way to Luke Tomilowicz, who will try to end this top of the 5th inning where Connecticut has already scored twice. Tomilowicz, number 99.
Number 47.
His favorite subject is reading. Very thoughtful, learned youngster, still only 11 years old. Takes a moment for himself and now steps on the rubber tall to face Paul Verdokian. Excuse me, Verdokian. Paul Verdokian.
All right, Paul, time it up now.
Tomilowicz gets the called strike, 1-1. The runner at first base, Ryan Gorman, had the big 2-run single that scored Budars and Bucko to make the score 3-0. So the infield defense is LaRoche at first, McDougal still at second, Barber's the shortstop, Ravelin remains at third. Sharply hit on the ground to short. Barber goes to second for one. McDougal does not throw the relay. They get the lead runner. Gorman retired on the 6-4 putout, and Verdokian reaches on the fielder's choice.
Now batting, number 4, Griffin Zarnota.
Griffin Zarnota will bat for the second time. And he looks at a pitch low and outside for ball 1. Whiffy C. I can see where you'd come up with that nickname if your name is Griffin Zarnota. Even though the C is a silent letter to start that last name. CZ Zarnota. He's got himself a 2-0 count. Zarnota looks at a strike, nods his head, agrees with the home plate umpire Michael Connolly.
All right, Griff. Hey, let's go, Griff.
And is back into the box.
Go, 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 go.
Off speed, tapped on the ground to second. McDougal goes the short way to get the lead runner and retire the side. Luke Tomilowicz does the job, gets a couple of ground balls to get out of the inning, but not before Connecticut adds 2 runs to its lead. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Connecticut State champions lead it 3-0.
Way back from the loser's bracket, the elimination side, but they've put up some crooked numbers, and save for 1 inning, they have looked like the team to beat in this regional. South Carolina,
Back at
Greg,
Greenfield in
will have its
Bristol,
hands
Connecticut.
full today.
And Manchester,
They caught a
Connecticut
break
with a 3-0
yesterday when
lead. We
North
head to the bottom
Carolina
of
had
the
to
fifth
withdraw
inning.
due to COVID.
This is
So
the first game
South
of the week for
Carolina
Connecticut,
advanced
second for
Sunday
Vermont.
without playing a game.
The Essex Town
That
Little
allows
League
you to
team was
reset
1-0
some of your
winner
pitching.
yesterday, but they're on the
Oh,
short
it
end.
was a
Got
lucky
pitching
break for
change
South
after Eli
Carolina,
Bucco
but it's going
was
to come
so
down to
good.
what offense
He
is going
hands
to
it
show
over to
up.
Arlen
Game 1, they
Payman.
lost to Georgia 10-0. Game 2, they came back and beat Alabama
Arlen began the game, played the
12-0. Led
first
by Jack Kirshner,
4
going 3
innings
for
at first
3,
base.
2
Now he
doubles,
stands
2
tall on the mound with a
RBI.
dirty
And his
pair of pants. Love
middle
it.
of the lineup mate, Nolan Oglesby, also had 2 for 3.
A little bit of heat for strike
Meanwhile,
one.
Greg,
Led by-
Tennessee,
And yes,
36
these are
hits in
again
15
brand
innings.
new uniforms that
They've
came
been
out of the
led by
packaging at
Nolan
11
Brown,
o'clock
who's
this
7
morning,
for
much to the
11
delight
so
of the
far in this
kids.
regional. Drew Wagner
And so it
was
looks
is
like
4 for
Arlen
7. They also
wins
have
the
a couple
award
other guys,
for
Rocco
dirtiest
Stark. They
uniform
are
on the
just
first day of
offensively
wearing.
loaded.
Hitting 468 as a
One of the great
team.
things
Some
about
of that
Little League.
inflated
And Shohei
due to a
Ohtani as well, that you
23-0
can have
win
a
in the
pitcher
opener
on the
against
mound
Alabama.
covered in dirt.
They beat West Virginia 11-3 yesterday. The big inning
Foul ball.
has
And that's
been
not
the
to say
key
other
for
pitchers don't
Nolansville.
run the bases or
They
potentially
scored 3
dive
more
for a
runs
play,
in an inning
but it's much more
6
common at
times
this
in
level
this
and through
regional.
high school.
That's 6 times
And the
in
beauty
15
of
innings.
Shohei Ohtani
And Josiah Rao
such a
will have the
rarity
tall
playing both
task
sides of the ball.
of slowing down this
The
lineup.
0-2 to Jacob LaRoche. Strike 3 called. That is the 6th straight batter struck out.
Rao is ready.
By Connecticut
Kason
pitching.
Brewer digs in and takes the strike.
The last 5 were by Eli Bucco, and Arlen Payman comes out of the bullpen throwing strikes, and there's another one. Good heat, and he's ahead in the count. 0-1 to Kean Eklof.
Good start for
this is
Dr.
Jacob
J so
LaRoche,
far,
excuse me.
painting the outside corner with that fastball. Getting ahead
This is
quickly,
LaRoche.
0-2.
The youngster who had led off the inning was Grayson Pike, excuse me. So Pike was the one who struck out.
Kason Brewer, the table setter. Leadoff man.
LaRoche
heartbeat of
swings
this
and
team,
misses.
Rivers
Now
Park
he
Club.
has struck out.
Takes
Very
upstairs,
quickly, 2
2-2.
away.
3 walks, a hit, and 6 ABs in this regional.
Number 22, Kean Eklof.
Well, we
Bounces this one
appreciate
weakly
your
to
patience.
third. And no play
As,
for Eli
due to the
Kakaris.
pandemic, we continue to make adjustments in our coverage. I'm calling this game
Pretty good pitch
Greg
by
Brewer's
Drew.
on.
from my home.
Yeah,
Got the
Rao made a good
technology built
pitch,
in, and,
fastball
we have
inside
A
corner.
fairly skeleton
It got
crew
down
on
the bat
site.
handle a little
Great
bit,
job,
soft
but,
ground ball to third base, and it's just kind of
Perhaps
no
not
man's
what
land.
we always are able to bring to
You
you.
look at how fast he is.
Well, that's
He's
a
got
heck of
the
a pitching
hashtag
performance
speed
coming out
throws,
in the 5th
and
inning
you don't
by
want somebody
Arlen
to make
Payman.
soft contact that can run that
A
fast.
pair of strikeouts, and then he gets Eklof to ground out. We head to the 6th inning. Connecticut up 3-0. And it looks like every one of their 250 tickets or passes for this game have been handed out and are being utilized. They're having fun, and their team is now 3 outs away from
In Little League, you can't
picking
leave
up
the
a
base
win
until
in the
after
regional
the pitch is
round.
thrown as Nolan
So
Brown
it's a big
hits
opportunity
one
here
deep
for
to right
Vermont reliever
field.
Luke Tomilowicz to put up
His
a
third
0,
home run
a
of this
shutdown inning,
regional.
and keep
He
it at
keeps on
3-0
hitting.
before getting
And
to
there's
the
his
bottom of
dad,
the
Scott, the
6th.
pitching coach at
John
Vanderbilt.
Stolar
And it's 2-0
bats
Tennessee.
leadoff here on the top of the 6th against Tomilowicz. Chases the pitch up and out of the zone,
You get the
0-1.
advantage. You get a big strikeout, and you come in first pitch fastball, middle of the plate.
Stolar's in his
And
first
Nolan
plate
Brown
appearance coming
just
off the bench,
hammers this
grounded
ball
out
to
to
right
third.
field.
Gets a piece of this one, lifts it left side, and it's out of play. No balls, 2 strikes.
We didn't even have a chance to properly introduce Nolan Brown.
At Little League, they say,
And
please
he's making
return
the
the
grand
baseball.
tour,
So that's
bringing
what that
in
young man's
Brewer.
going to do.
And it's 2-0 Tennessee. Gabe Shepler now looks at a breaking ball for a strike.
Here's the 0-2.
There is Scott Brown. What a
Punched.
track record for Scott Brown.
Taken
Think of
on the hop by the second
pitching
baseman,
grade that
McDougal.
Vandy has produced
And he gets the
in
out at
recent
first.
years.
It's been unbelievable over the years. And just
Stolar's
this year alone, having
retired.
2 top 10 picks in Leiter and Rocker. And you go back, Walker Buehler, David Price, on. It's amazing.
Now Cam Bundy.
Line
Take his
drive
hat.
left field. That gets down. Cut off by
Connecticut scored
Kersher.
a run in the 3rd, 2 in the
Scheffler
5th,
makes a
trying
big
to add
turn.
2 in
He's
here in the
into
top of the
second.
6th.
And the inning continues.
Love the effort by Shepler. Great base running.
Well, the highlight of Cam
Gets the ball
Bundy's
down the
baseball
line. Kersher
summer was
does a nice
belting a
job of
grand
backhanding
slam
it gets it
in
in
the
quickly.
sectional opening victory.
Just when you get it in, it's hard to be accurate with the throw. Overthrows second base, and I got to tip my
starting
cap to
center fielder
Colton
here
Cotta
today for this team.
being right where he's supposed to be, backing up at first base on that throw.
Strike call, caught the outside
a home
corner.
run and a double. Shepler's
I'm
fired
not
up.
sure
and
Bundy agrees.
This brings up
He's behind in the count,
Hutch Weaver,
1 and 2.
5 for 6. A walk,
Here comes Tomilowicz.
actually 2 walks, and was hit twice in this regional, so he's been
2 balls,
on
2 strikes.
9 times, only retired
Didn't
once.
see Anthony Rizzo get off to such great
Call him
starts
the
since
Chicken
coming from the
Man,
Cubs
which
over to the
means he
Yankees,
survived
but
Philadelphia.
he is now dealing with the COVID protocols. Pop up, shallow right, going out McDougal to make the nice catch.
1-1.
I might be dating myself here, Anish, but it's got a little bit of a John Olerud swing. Nice, smooth.
Tell you what, I have
like
liked
it.
what I've seen out of
doing
Michael
what
McDougal,
Olerud did
playing
too,
second
probably
base the
5 for
last
6
couple of
already in
days.
this region.
Got the win on the mound in relief yesterday, the 1-0 victory.
Best two-way players.
And
They
you gotta
named
love the
Olerud
flow.
Award after him, and
That is a
had that season in the
tremendous
bigs with
head
the
of
Blue
hair.
Jays when he flirted.
And when he's batting, you don't get the full
August.
feel. You know, the helmet covers up enough of it, but when he's out there, there it is.
That's a big help for him.
That is tremendous.
I could not get in.
Tomilowicz gets the call. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Nolensville, Tennessee, just outside of Nashville,
Now the
about
1-1.
22 miles southwest.
Ground ball. McDougal, another chance. Fields cleanly.
So Weaver is
Right on
now
cue.
for the 10th time.
Six town has only
Escapes the
9,000
first
people in
after
it, and
just
yet
giving
they've
up
got the
2.
Vermont State champs. There are many of the family members and supporters
Nolensville,
from Essex
Tennessee
Town
on
who have
the
done a
board.
great job fundraising,
Nolan
using a
Brown's been the
GoFundMe
hitting
page
star
to
of
help
this
offset
Southeast
some of the costs
Regional.
to get down to
His
Bristol,
third
Connecticut this
home
week.
run.
Local
2-0
businesses have
Tennessee.
really done a marvelous job. And now their team is down to its final 3 outs. Bryce Barber, Austin Ravelin, and then either Sevy Smith or Michael McDougal will bat here in the bottom of the 6th. And the dangerous Bryce Barber takes the first pitch. Barber had a big game yesterday, not only pitching, but he was 2 for 3 at the plate, scored the only run of the game, trying to get a rally going here. And he's ahead in the count, 2-0, facing Arlen Payman. The Connecticut right-hander pitched a perfect 5th inning, trying to do the same here in the 6th and lock it down. Grounded to short. Budar with a rifle gets out number 1. That is a big first out to get Bryce Barber. And Budar with a big arm to pick up the assist.
Austin Ravelin.
And now Austin Ravelin. Keep in mind, this is a modified double elimination tournament. Since Vermont won yesterday, if they lose this, they will play again. They won't be heading back to northern Vermont. They would play an elimination game at 7 o'clock
We go to the
tomorrow
bottom of
against
the first in Warner Robins, Georgia. Elimination
They're not
game
thinking
of
about that
the
right now. They
Southeast
want to stay in the
Regional, 2-0 Nolensville,
winner's side of the
Tennessee.
bracket with a
Taylor,
big
South
rally here in the
Carolina
bottom of the 6th.
coming to bat, and he's Schroff, Greg Olson
Ravelin
with
0
you,
for
and
2.
we take a look at the South Carolina lineup. Landon Harris will lead it off. 2 for 4 in this regional.
Heyman gets a
We got
swinging
Eli
strike, and he's ahead in the
Kakaris,
count,
who made
1
the
and 2.
great play to end the top of the first. He's supposed to lead off, but you know we're
Arlen
changing the
Payman has a
rules of
baby
baseball
sister,
here.
Adeline, only 3 months old. She doesn't know what her big brother's doing, but he's trying to close out a big win here.
And on the mound is Hutch Weaver, the Chicken Man, for Nolensville, Tennessee.
Arlen's also got a 3-year-old brother, Nolan.
Hutch
Parents
has done it at
Christina
the
and
plate.
Sean.
Now he gets the opportunity, his first
And
time
Arlen says
seeing
he
the
always
mound
gives
in this
his
regional.
Little sister a pregame
Lefty,
fist
solid
bump,
mechanics.
and needs a pregame
Looking to get
nutter
ahead
butter.
and keep that 2-0
Those are his
lead, get his
superstitions.
offense back up at the
So a
plate.
fist bump to the little sister and a nutter butter. Payoff pitch.
Landon Harris will dig in.
Ball 4.
Taylor, South
Ravelin
Carolina, just
takes
15
his
minutes
base.
outside of Greenville. Northwood Little League from Taylor's making its 3rd straight appearance in the Southeast Regional.
And now we get another
It is
look
the
at young
premier
Mr.
Little League program in
McDougal,
the state right now.
who made all
5th
3
time
outs in the top
representing
half
South
of the inning.
Carolina in the last
Caught a
7
pop-up nicely.
regionals.
And picked up a couple of assists on ground
Harris
balls.
swinging, bounces one to Tanner Jackson at third. Strong throw, pulls Nolan Brown off the bag, and
Special
Harris
pinch
aboard
runner
to
is
lead it
Landon
off for South
Williams.
Carolina.
Takes over at first base
Change
for
up
Rattler.
down and away, gets a soft ground ball to third base. And
McDougal
Jackson just
takes
throws
a
just
strike.
off the line a little bit. Nolan Brown unable to stay on the bag, and the speedy Landon Harris, who's already got 3 stolen bases, is on first base.
You see his nickname
They call
is
him
Miguel.
Lando at
Favorite
first,
player is
and
Dustin
he took
Pedroia.
a big lead.
Favorite actor is Chris
Darren
Pratt,
Gabe
and he loves
Shepard to
AC/DC
throw.
music. Swings through the fastball, 0-2.
Eli Kakaris, now the hitter. The first thing he wants to do when the world returns to normal is have his dad go
The
back
0-2.
to work. This is his words, because
That
he's
got
tired
a
of
piece
hearing
of
his
McDougal,
boring
and he will
conference
take his
calls.
base
Take
to
that,
bring the
Dad.
potential tying run to the plate.
That was really good. I like that one.
Williams,
One
the
of my
special
favorites.
pinch runner, goes to second as
Dad
McDougal
George
reaches.
is a
See where it got him.
director.
Like the right wrist.
Well, Eli showed bunt early, got the third baseman Tanner Jackson way in, and has since swung away. So it's
Looks like he's all
Slicing
right.
foul.
And we will have a conference
I was about
on
to
the
say
mound.
they're probably going to not be able to play the small
Connecticut
ball
manager
game right now, chasing
Rob
2 runs
Rastelli,
early. You don't want to
a software
start giving
architect.
up outs. You don't know how you're going
By
to
his way,
face this potent offense from
As
Tennessee.
Landon Williams takes a seat out at second base, why not?
1-2,
Rob
punched
Rastelli
out
was
to
telling me
center
this
field.
morning his wife,
Newell
Laura,
is there.
is a 5th grade school teacher there in Manchester,
Wonder.
and she has taught most of the kids on this team.
See how Weaver working fastballs
Here's
down.
Mom.
It looked like he's shown a changeup or 2
She
away.
is hoping that
Mainly pulling
her
that
husband and her
fastball
son's
glove
team
side.
get the final 2 outs
So
here and
in
hold
the
on to this
righties, away from
3-0
lefties. Let's see if
lead.
that continues.
Carter Kelly now the hitter, 1 for 5.
It wouldn't surprise me
4
watching
RBI
Mom
in
and
this
watching
region.
Dad. It's
Harris
harder for
has
them
the
to watch from the
attention
dugout in the stands. More pressure
this
and more
Tennessee
stress on them
defense.
than perhaps the kids who are playing the game. Anthony Abrami,
Greg, at this
the
level,
batter,
we don't see a
has
lot of
himself a
lefties.
1-1 count.
You really don't. And
Well, the winner will advance to a winner's bracket game on Thursday at 1 o'clock against an opponent to be determined. Ripped, foul, very nearly hit his coach at first base. There's some of the anxiety. Anthony's dad trying to sweat this one out. His son takes the pitch high. Well, Anthony's dad, who you just saw, Alex Abrami, is a sports writer for the Burlington Free Press. Well, he would love to write a column, write a story about his son coming up with a big base hit right here. He's the potential tying run in the bottom of the 6th inning with a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Ball 4, bases are loaded. So with Williams at third, McDougal at second, and Abrami at first, the tying runs are aboard, and the potential winning run is at the plate in the person of Luke Tomilowicz. Strike 1. The inning began innocently enough with a ground out to short, but then a walk, a hit batter, and another walk has Vermont in business. No balls, 2 strikes. Arlen Payman stares in, gets the sign, and the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. Connecticut is 1 out away. This is a big pitch by Payman in a pressure spot. And now Max Smith.
Hey, let's go, Max. Hey, sit. Hey, sit. No.
Ball to the backstop. The runners will stay where they are. I'm guessing Max Smith's Aunt Libby Smith is watching on ESPN Plus down in Florida. She's a former touring LPGA pro who is now a teaching pro in Florida. She supports her nephew and this team so much, she flew up to Vermont to be a personal witness and fan for both the district and the state tournament. She came up for districts thinking that was all she was going to do, but got swept up in the emotion of it and stayed a little bit longer to watch the state tournament and watch this team from Essex town win the state championship. She couldn't extend her stay, and so understandably had to go back to Florida. But I'm guessing whether she's at the golf course or at her home or wherever she is, Aunt Libby might be tuning in right here. Her nephew, Max Smith, batting with 3 on, 2 out, final out for Vermont here in the bottom of the 6th. And he takes ball 1 from Arlen Payman. Ball 4. Smith draws the walk, and that forces in a run to make it 3-1. Williams scores. McDougal to third. And Abrami down to second. A little more life on the Vermont sideline now, and we're going to have a pitching change. Now, Arlen Payman came in on in relief in the 5th inning. Retired the side in order. But he has now been replaced on the hill. And that is the rifle arm shortstop coming in to pitch, Jacob Budars. Not an easy drive down from the Burlington area to get to Bristol, Connecticut, but the folks who made that drive making a lot of noise here, hoping Vermont can continue the rally. It'll be Grayson Pike, the catcher, the number 9 hitter. A base hit could tie the game. Strike 1 from Budars. McDougal the runner at third, Abrami at second, Smith at first. Strike 2 to Pike. Now it's the Connecticut side making noise on the 0-2 pitch. Pike chokes up on the bat, looking to protect, put the ball in play on the 1-2 pitch. Good eye, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 walks and a hit by pitch in the inning have produced the first run of the afternoon for Vermont. Now the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Connecticut wins it 3-1. Budars comes on to get the final out by a strikeout, throwing some gas.